I've been collecting high-end statues for about 7 or 8 years now. And in that time, one thing I've noticed is a lot of fellow collectors seem to move out of the game. And I can relate. I've been trying to get out of this game now for about 18 months. I did this video on why I'm semi-retiring or retiring from collecting. And the more I think about it, a lot of collectors that are around at the beginning are just gone. They're just ghosted. Or maybe they could have blocked me, I guess. As the Extreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we're giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, thanks for tuning into the Extreme channel. We have another countdown today. We talk all about Extreme Collectibles. My name is Mr. X, and as I continue my long journey through retirement of collecting, it hit me so many other collectors, some with collections even way bigger than mine, have got out of the game as well. And I know some of the reasons I want to get out of the game, but I was wondering why they are getting out of the game. I wish I could reach out to some of them, but like I said, some of them are completely gone from the scene. I came up with another top 10 list. 10 reasons why both I and others probably are getting out of collecting nowadays. Now this is similar to a lot of videos I've done in the past, like reasons not to get into collecting, things to be aware of. I think it's more specific on, hey, once you've been doing this for a long time, what really drives you to give up this crazy, expensive, time-sucking passion? Maybe because it's crazy, expensive, and time-sucking. But anyway, let's look at the top 10 reasons. I think the first and foremost is some of the reasons that people got into statue collecting. They find something better, a different hobby. But I know before this, I've talked about this in this video right here about how I amassed a collection. I used to play poker all the time before I got into collecting. This kind of took the place of that. So really just finding something better. Second reason is they just grow up. Let's face it, we are boys with toys or girls with toys. That doesn't rhyme, but they grow up, they move on to a different part of their life where collecting figures or dolls is just not that cool anymore. Me personally, I don't think I will ever grow up. Number 8, sometimes the community can be really harsh, and that's not only in statue collecting, but every single type of hobby out there. And I know it does drive some people out. I mean, there's many reasons I'm not really active on a ton of social media sites anymore. If you go Google any YouTuber, especially like on Statue Forum or Facebook, people just thrash them. And while I don't have a heart so my feelings aren't hurt, that's just a notable nasty part of this hobby and many other hobbies. So sometimes the other people in the hobby actually cause you to get out. Kind of a big one is if you have what I call a life change. So basically if you need to update your insurance. So this could be a marriage, a divorce, or maybe you have a job change or a child born, something of that nature. So it's a significant life change that this just can't take priority anymore. Maybe due to some of the other reasons we're going to look at, but your focus has to change because you had that major life change. Number 6, you buy these high-end statues and they break. They break so often. It drives me nuts, whether it's a breakage in shipping or it's a breakage that you do when you're moving them, or it just sits there and collapses right in front of you. So some people can't stand these really expensive investments, constantly have to be cared for, because there's other parts besides avoiding breakages such as dusting and cleaning and storage. I think the number 5 reason people get out is because it's a never-ending quest. There's always something better. Hey, I have the absolute best Wolverine statue. Then a licensed or custom company will say, no you don't, hold my beer, here's another. So it's non-stop. You almost never will be satisfied because you always have to upgrade. With that leads into number 4 that's very similar in my opinion. It's a never-ending quest. You are always looking for the next fix, whether that's the best, whether that's a replacement character or a companion character or a license that you've been waiting for to come out forever. You are always wanting more, and the statue companies, both custom and licensed, will always provide more. Number 3 is probably my number 1, to be honest with you. It is the boxes. Such a pain in the ass, these boxes. It is unbelievable. They take up more space than the statues. So you think about real estate and how much room the statues take up. The boxes are even worse because they're useless unless you're going to sell, which a lot of the time you do. I know many times I said I'd never sell this, and I end up selling it. So I would always advise people to hang on to their boxes. But the number 2, although like I said, this would not be my number 2, I can't stop saying number 2, is space the statues take up. These invade your home. People don't like that. Spouses don't like that. It creates all these problems not only when you have company over, but just in general. I mean, granted, these are works of art. You have to dedicate a lot of your home space, your most expensive investment, for these pieces. And your home generally isn't made for that. So the space the statues take up is the second reason that people probably get out of this hobby. Hopefully, as a rocket scientist, you can figure out what number one was. Number one is the money. This takes up so much money. You know, people talk about statue collecting as an investment. You shouldn't approach it that way. If you do, I feel you're trying to take advantage of other collectors sometimes. Now, granted, you can make money on statues. Not in the last year or so, but this is a hobby. You should expect it to cost money. If you really want to churn this hobby, you're going to lose a lot of money. So you need to expect that. We're not talking about $20 or $30. We're talking about multiple pieces, whether that's 5 or 500, that cost in the thousands of dollars each. Not to mention the shipping price that is tacked on nowadays. So money is clearly the number one reason people get out of this hobby. Why am I getting out? I'm just tired. I'm always tired. So throw down in the comments below why you would leave the hobby. Throw that down below. Check out other people's comments. I love to interact with you guys. Plus, you could win a statue. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Thank you guys, I really appreciate it. Please drop me a like, it's really easy and free. If you like stuff like this and collectible content, as always, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit the bell notification. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.